If you're juicing, I want to hear all about it. Please leave me a comment. If this is new for you and you're going to try it, I want to know what you think. Today we are going to be talking about juicing, but also blending. What's the difference? Do they both have value? Well, we're gonna wait a minute. Somebody over here is getting their vitamins out. I just got back from Whole Foods and I'm all for going local if they have what I need. And sometimes when you go to Whole Foods, their sales, if you shop the sales, they're as cheap as Walmart. So they're not always more expensive. They do have more organic options, especially with, I'm not a member of Costco, and Earthbound you can't find everywhere, but I like the way these taste better. It seems like they're always more fresh than most companies, and they have Earthbound Farm. The other thing is when I juice or blend, I like a mixture, and this has all of them in one place. So I don't have to buy spinach and then kale and then chard. It's all in one. So I appreciate that. Did you need to say, or are you just watching?
No, I was watching too.
Another interruption. We're just gonna ignore him. And I bought organic turmeric, and it seemed really expensive, but this didn't even weigh at all. So I ended up getting a bunch of it for, what was it, like, it ended up being $1.69 for all of this. And this will last because whenever you're juicing or blending, you don't need much. And this is great for anti-inflammatory. They say to pair it with black pepper. You really just need like a healthy fat to go with it. There are reasons to blend and there are reasons to juice, but I find it nice to have both in my life. If you have severe stomach issues, you might not even be able to do a blended juice. And so you might need that fiber removed so that it's not disturbing. It can be very rough and irritating, but a juice is not going to do that. The value of juicing is the fact that it is just nutrients. And so you're getting all of those phytonutrients, and the body is forced to accept them because there's nothing standing in the way and it doesn't have to digest. I do want to explain digestion is very important. Peristalsis is something we don't want to shut down. If you're going to do a juice fast to heal, then you want to do it for a short period of time so that we don't stop peristalsis and the body doesn't think, oh, I don't need to work, because the body does need to work. So there's a time and place for everything, but it is a great way to heal. The gut can start to heal within as little as 72 hours. So when someone has a severe digestive issue, I always recommend that they do 3 days of nothing but juicing. And that way the body can absorb the nutrients without anything disrupting that, without it causing gut agitation. Now, the reason why blending is amazing is because it's like it's pre-fermented and the body doesn't have to do near as much work, but it still retains the fiber. Fiber, prebiotics, which help good gut bacteria. We want to help those good guys win the battle because they have a battle to fight living in this world, and blending is a great way to do that. What I recommend is if someone does have some gut issues, try blending, do it slowly, and if it works, stick with that. Having a juice every day it's like a vitamin. It's better than a vitamin, way better than a vitamin. So I have been making sure that I have a juice once or twice a day, and I can tell you that I notice a big difference in the way that I feel. We can always level up, and that's what this is doing. We could juice all these carrots and drink it. Like, is that optimal? No, but for a short period of time, it has a lot of benefits. What happens is we've lived in this highly processed food world, and our bodies are tapped out. They no longer can absorb nutrients. They no longer can assimilate. They don't know what to do with it. We have to overdose on nutrition. Get those enzymes functioning to help support that and get those nutrients being absorbed and assimilated, and then we can take a step back and stop doing all of this and then just go back to not the way that we were doing things, but start with a normal diet of eating just food like what we're seeing right here. This is food. Highly processed stuff in a box is not food. So let me just give you a demonstration. This is not my basket, but other people live here. So just, you know, to kind of explain, if we were to open up this bag or this bag, and actually I can just sit here and read the ingredients. Enriched cornmeal, corn, which is genetically modified. And then we have canola oil. All of these things are toxic to the body. And I'm just gonna be honest. They are toxic to the body, and it is causing gut dysfunction. So if you eat it one time, that's not what I'm talking about. But this is a lot of diets. People eat these all the time with their lunch, every day. You know, which one are they gonna choose? They're highly processed, genetically modified, and this is what is causing gut dysfunction. But when we compare this to this is food. This should not even be considered food, because what is food? Food is a substance that is nourishing to the body. When we eat foods the way that God created them, that's food. When we mimic or we try to make up our own concoction, it's not food. My husband made a good point, because he said it sounded like I was dissing vitamins, and I'm not. All I am saying is this is an excellent, superior way to get max nutrition. But there's a time and place for everything. And not everyone has time for a juice every day. And so I say do where you are and what will work for you. So we want to make sure that we're getting all of those nutrients. And if the way that's working best for you right now is through a supplement, by all means do that. I still take supplements and I'm juicing. So there's a time and place for both. The other thing that I want to say, because I am here to help you, I'm here to help you feel your best. So I don't want anyone to feel judgment. But sometimes when we talk about stuff and we're just very honest, light bulbs go on. If your goal is optimal health, then this is the good life. Time and place for juice, time and place for blending, time and place for smoothies. All of these are excellent options. And someone was talking to me today about smoothies because they own a juice bar. And they were talking about how so many people don't want to drink them because they're like way too much sugar. But that's actually a misnomer, because the way that fruit is put together, it has enzymes, it has fructose and glucose, and it has all the cofactors, vitamins, supplements that it needs to be able to do what it needs to do in your body for optimal health. And so when we pair all those together, this cannot even be compared to sugar, which has been stripped down to nothing, has no fiber, has no enzymes, has no cofactors, has no vitamins. We can't even compare this. And by the way, God created our body to run off of glucose, energy. That's where we get our energy. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And get those smoothies in your body. They're delicious. You just need to know how to pair them, add some greens, and have lower spike fruits such as your berries, which are full of antioxidants, those phytonutrients, and go with that. When you are pairing that with things like coconut water, which is adding amazing electrolytes, throw in some lemon juice, doing good things. Today we're not gonna juice, we're gonna blend, and I'm gonna be making a celery juice, and I'm gonna have Tracy try it and see what she thinks. Celery is great to help shut down arthritis, diabetes. There's a doctor that I was listening to recently. He drank celery juice every single day. And what he noticed, because he documented, was that every day his blood pressure lowered even a little bit more. Helps to lower blood pressure, cholesterol, and all those amazing things. And if I were juicing, I would throw that in the juicer, but I'm not gonna throw it in the blender. And I'm gonna help the blender out, and I'm just gonna chop this up a little bit. And if Tracy doesn't like it, I'll save it and drink it tomorrow. Because we're blending and not juicing, I'm gonna add water, a little bit of lemon juice, and I'm also gonna add 1 apple, because sometimes our palates aren't ready for this. And that apple is just gonna tone it down. If it were me, I would also be sticking a jalapeno in there, but we're not gonna do that today. I'm gonna throw all of this in the blender. When you get lemons, you want them to be organic. When I'm juicing, I throw all of the lemon in there, including the peel. But because we're blending, I am gonna peel it. When you blend it, it tastes bitter, but when I juice it, I don't notice. So anyway, we're just gonna peel it. I truly believe that a juice a day can help keep the doctor away. And since we've already heard that with the apple, and we are adding apple, double barrier. Try not to get the seeds in there because the lemon seeds are bitter. Again, when I am juicing, I would put this all in, including the seeds. It's like a different story. But we're blending. Great way to start healing the gut, and that's what it's all about, because so many people out there have diverticulitis, colitis, even Crohn's, and all of these are preventable. And I know a lot of people who have literally healed. And I do like the Granny Smith for this because it is lower sugar. I'm gonna chop it up a little bit. And I will tell you, you'll be surprised at how well the blender blends this up. It's not real chunky, really surprising, honestly. To me, it's refreshing, and I kind of get this little buzz of energy. Like, you can feel it. This is how I get high on life, and that's the best thing to do because there's nothing like it. Throw it all in. I'm gonna add some water. Before I blend this, I'm gonna talk really quick about what I got from Whole Foods for juices that I'm gonna be doing this week. I got a big bag of carrots. I eat the carrots, but also when I'm juicing, I'll do 2 at a time, and so you can go through them pretty fast, especially if you're doing a juice twice a day. And then I got the power greens that we already talked about, which they're all mixed together. And so just grab a handful, throw them in your blender, throw them in your juicer, whichever one, add them to your smoothies. And this is full of phytonutrients, tons of vitamins, minerals, fiber, doing excellent things for your gut. The turmeric, of course, we know that that is anti-inflammatory, and that's really gonna help with your joints, and again, doing so many other good things for healing the gut. Same with ginger, powerhouse. And when I have had vertigo, ginger, best friend. Nausea helps to calm the system and help you get over that. Green apples. Apples are full of fiber, and they are also full of vitamins and minerals. So vitamins and minerals, and all of these have digestive enzymes which help to support and boost our own enzyme function. So when we are on a high processed diet, enzyme function, our personal enzymes are shut down because there's nothing helping them out. When that happens, we start to have acid reflux, we start to have GERD, all of those things that can turn into diverticulitis because the enzymes stopped breaking down the food, and the food gets into the bloodstream and it's not being nourished. So grapes, again, I'm probably just gonna eat these, but they were organic and they were on sale. So you can juice grapes, but they're very expensive and it takes a lot of them. I'm just gonna eat the grapes. And then of course the lemons, because it can be hard to find organic lemons. I'm not the type to go to 3 different grocery stores to find what I need. If I'm at the grocery store and it's not for juicing, I'll just grab a lemon. But if it's specifically for juicing, I go to a place where I can get all organic. These strawberries, I'm not gonna juice those. I'm gonna eat them, and I'm also gonna make some delicious chia strawberry jam, and you can find that on my website, that recipe. Very high in fiber, and we're just boosting that, adding some healthy omegas with the chia, and it tastes delicious on toast, the type that I make with a fresh milled flour. And then just stocking up on celery, organic celery at that. And then we have a cucumber that I'll be using later in the week. And obviously, we're gonna be able to use this several times because it's really, so that's my little haul. And we're gonna get back to this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this on the base. Get this blended up, and there is one more thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a pinch of Celtic sea salt, which is full of trace minerals. And I will tell you, the media is really good at they are good at spinning things. And so, first of all, new word is that Celtic and Redmond salt is toxic because it has way too many heavy metal minerals. And so I did my research, I talked to the company, and I actually saw the form that they have. They test their salt before they put it on the market, and I saw that form, and it is not in an abundance to where it's toxic to you. So our bodies, when the minerals are put in the form that God created them to be in, our body will flush away what it doesn't need, and it will accept what it does. So you don't have to worry about toxic load. You do have to worry about toxic load when it is isolated. So when it's put into a vitamin, a mineral, that is when you have to worry about the suggested dose. The body doesn't know what to do with it because it's in a different form. Its cofactors have been removed. Of this, just a little pinch, a little extra mineral dose. It has a lot more flavor than the majority of salts out there, so when you use it in soups and stews, amazing. Time to blend. And Tracy, you are getting ready to do something so good for your body. It's just amazing.
Yeah, here it is to going back on the program.
That's right.
I'm not giving up, and you shouldn't either.
Because tomorrow's another day.
One of my favorite photographers is Jerry Gajones, and he always says, you don't have to be the best, but be better than last week. And I think that kind of goes with this as well.
100%. That is really my thought process. And since she brought it up, so many people relate everything to age, and it just makes me angry. Typically, it's not an age problem. It's what you've been doing for all of those years that causes the problem. And we can undo it. And so I am stronger today than I was in my 40s. And honestly, I feel better today than I was in my 40s. In my early 40s, I struggled with some health issues. And at 53, I don't have those health issues. Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. And I'm about to be 40, so we need to make some changes here.
That's right. It's worth it.
Yes.
So worth it.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you are enjoying my channel and my content, hit the notification bell because that lets you know when I have new content coming out. If you would please share this, that really helps my platform, and it helps to drive people who you know would be interested in my content to my channel. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna put this away.